The story will begin with a private employee of the United States Department. His name is Wikus. This is the person. In the name of humanity and the USA Department, they interact with aliens, or what can be called shrimp. The MNU department from the USA is trying to enter a very, very large spaceship and found that inside there were aliens, or what we call shrimp, those who are malnourished. Because of this, humanity helped them build a temporary refugee camp in South Africa called District 9. For years, it has become a slum and poor area in District 9. These aliens are often isolated and treated badly, which causes social and racial tension. Because of this, MNU is headed by MNU headed by Wikus tried to move aliens from District 9 to District 10. Wikus with his special forces tried to discover the aliens to a better and less slump areas. Wikus tried it in a good and subtle way as a Muslim. However, most of these aliens refused to be moved. These aliens were promised a decent life in District 10 and given their favorite food, namely cat food. The MNU department reasoned that moving these aliens was for the sake of humanity, security, order, a better life. However, behind that, it turns out that MNU is conducting experiments to obtain alien weapons that can only be used by the DNA of aliens. On the other side, there is a group of shrimp who are looking former human technology to be used as their technology, whose aim is to create the fuel for these alien space engines. Wikus, who was assigned to expel and move the alien shrimp, also searched at the whole house, because he found the tube that the aliens use for fuel accidentally shoots out on Wikus' face. Without Wikus knowing that the liquid was actually really dangerous, he immediately put it in a plastic bag and take it to the laboratory for further examination. Apart from the alien canisters, Wikus found a weapons cache. Because of this, he called for help from the battalion to check the surrounding situation for evidence that Wikus carried an alien weapon and interrogated the alien. When the helicopter arrived, the alien fought back. The alien was successfully paralyzed by the sniper on the helicopter. Because of the incident just now, Wikus suffered an injury to his hand and was immediately treated by medical personnel. After being treated, Wikus continued his work expelling the aliens so they would move to District 10. He offered a letter of approval to the alien whose name was known to be Christopher Johnson. Different from most other aliens, Christopher seems to have a smarter mind, which is why Wikus left him even though Christopher refused the offer to move to District 10. During his work break, Wikus, who was eating, was shocked by a green liquid coming out of his nose, and while Wikus was doing his work, he was shocked again and again by events that were beyond reason. Namely, Wikus' fingernails easily came off, which made him panic. When he arrived at home, Wikus panicked and intended to tell his wife. However, he was surprised by the appearance of his friends, his father, his mother, who celebrated his success in expelling shrimp or aliens. When Wikus wanted to cut the Wikus cake, I felt dizzy and the view was blurry. He immediately vomited and fell. When he realized that he had woken up at the hospital, and Wikus was shocked to find out that his hand had turned into an alien. Because of this, the special police came to arrest Wikus and take it to the laboratory test lab. Wikus is now being used as experimental material because half of his body already contains alien DNA, and he can use the aliens' weapons. Initially, what he shot was a pig that was tied up and shot by Wikus with encouragement from researchers in the form of an electric shock machine, and the tester changed the target to an alien. Because of this, Wikus shouted hysterically, rejecting the experiment. At the house of Wikus' wife, Tanya is worried about her condition, who is now in the laboratory. Her parents-in-law even gave fake news saying that Wikus had made love with aliens, causing her to be exposed to his DNA. With considerations from scientists, Wikus is declared to be undergoing surgery. Hearing this, he then fought back and ran away from the laboratory. Wikus stole a cell phone from who knows who. He tried to contact Tanya Ostringa, but his house was ransacked by researchers from MNU. Wikus was chased by soldiers. Wikus had to steal people's clothes to cover himself when he went to eat. However, he found himself on the news, and the shopkeeper knew that he was an alien. So people ran away in fear, and Wikus was shot using a shotgun. Luckily, Wikus managed to escape. Forced to go to the refugee camp where the aliens lived, Wikus had no other choice. He slept in a hut, and the next day he was hungry. asked for steak and hamburgers, but all that was available was raw meat. Then Wikus asked for cat food that the aliens liked. When he ate cat food, Wikus' body mutated again, causing his teeth to fall out. Not long after, the phone rang and it turned out it was Wikus' wife Tanya. Tanya is sad because Wikus has become part of the aliens. Tanya can't accept Wikus and will leave him. It's sad because he has been hit by repeated problems from him mutating into an alien. Now his wife has left him. Then Wikus took the axe from the trader and rushed to cut off his own hand, using an axe from the butcher. Again and again Wikus was chased by agents, those who want to capture it to use as experimental material. While on the run, Wikus met one of the aliens he met in a house. The alien was named Christopher Johnson, one of the aliens that Wikus chased away but he saved. Wikus asked Christopher for help to hide in his house. Christopher refused because he was also worried about the safety of himself and his child. Wikus fainted due to lack of blood. Luckily, Christopher was kind and hid Wikus under his house, which turned out to be a spaceship which has been under repair for 20 years. Wikus explains what really happened. He experienced a mutation and became an alien because of the tube fluid he took from Christopher's laboratory. Christopher also said that he could restore his condition with the alien's medical equipment. However, he did not have the tube that Wikus had confiscated. The tube was in the MNU laboratory. Like it or not, they have to take it. Christopher was initially hesitant because taking the tube was the same as committing suicide. In the evening, Wikus found himself mutated. He found a telephone that turned out to be his wife. Young said that his wife really missed him, and I want everything to return to normal again.
It turned out that the conversation had been engineered and Wikus had been intercepted. Know the position where he is.
Wikus meets Christopher to talk about them, already convinced to take the alien tube to the MNU lab. Wikus intends to buy alien weapons. However, Wikus was intercepted and taken hostage. Because the news of him becoming an alien has spread, the group leader told Wikus to look at his hands. The leader of the group wants his hand and intends to execute Wikus. However, Wikus managed to activate his alien weapon because he has alien DNA. On the other hand, the soldiers who had tracked Wikus' position raided Christopher's residence, but the place was empty. They also made contact with their superiors and informed them that the residence was empty, but after successfully retrieving the tube, Wikus and Christopher fled using a parked car. A chase ensued until they reached Christopher's spaceship. However, when he arrived, Christopher told Wikus that he would need at least 3 years to fix the plane. Hearing this, Wikus got angry and hit Christopher. Wikus got into the spaceship and activated the plane alone. The soldiers who were chasing Wikus, of course, didn't leave him alone. His commander ordered him to shoot the spaceship. The gangs in District 9 apparently wanted the technology that Wikus had, so he was taken by the gangs and brought to the gang leader. Something surprising happened. Christopher's son saved him this time. He fiddled with the device and activated the robot, which saved Wikus. This sophisticated robot is technology from an alien race. The robot told Wikus to get into it and become an Iron Man. Wikus, with his robot technology, immediately fought the soldiers who were going to arrest Christopher. Wikus told Christopher to run, and he would protect him from the soldiers' fire. Finally, Christopher managed to enter the plane and repair the plane, and he went back to his planet. Meanwhile, Wikus has mutated into an alien who is being held captive by the army commander. However, Wikus was saved by these aliens.